Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care. The USS Humanity floated majestically amidst the stars, its colossal structure glimmering under the light of distant suns. The ship was the pride of Earth, a marvel of engineering and a beacon of hope for mankind's first serious foray into interstellar diplomacy. Captain Elara Ainsley stood at the helm, her hands gripping the smooth surface of the control panel, looking out at the vast expanse beyond. "Isn't she a beauty?" she murmured, her voice barely above the low hum of the ship's systems. Beside her, Commander Jules Voss chuckled, a stocky figure with a twinkle in his eye. "She's a grand sight, Captain, but I'll bet nothing could outshine you in that uniform." Elara rolled her eyes, a smirk creeping onto her lips. "Flattery won't get you out of this debriefing, Jules, but keep it coming," she added with a wink. As she prepared for the mission briefing, the buzz of anticipation filled the bridge. Crew members exchanged excited glances, the glow of the galactic map illuminating their eager faces. Elara relished these moments. Her crew was not just colleagues. They were friends bound by the thrill of the unknown. "All right, people," she announced, projecting her authoritative yet playful demeanor. "Let's make history without blowing anything up." The crew laughed, easing the tension, and Elara felt a wave of camaraderie wash over her. She knew the importance of what lay ahead. A peaceful alliance with an enigmatic species could pave the way for humanity's future among the stars. "Prepare for warp in 10, Elara commanded, her voice steady. As the countdown began, she couldn't shake the anxiety dancing in her stomach. It was one thing to explore the vastness of space. It was another thing entirely to approach an unknown alien civilization. As they counted down, Elara caught sight of a nearby star twinkling against the black void, a reminder both reassuring and daunting. Taking a deep breath, she focused on her resolve. Today, they would make history. The USS Humanity was about to jump into warp, and Captain Elara Ainsley was prepared to lead her crew into a historic encounter. The anticipation was palpable as the crew of the USS Humanity prepared for their maiden encounter with the Zenari. Elara maneuvered through the bustling corridor of the ship, surveying her crew with pride. Various departments were teeming with activity: scientists double-checking instruments, engineers running diagnostics, and tactical officers ensuring every system was combat-ready. "Captain Ainsley," called Leo Park, the ship's science officer, dashing up to her with a tablet in hand. His glasses slipped slightly down his nose as he took a breath. "I've finished compiling everything we know about the Zenari from preliminary scans. Their civilization is—" "Fascinating?" Elara interrupted, a teasing grin on her lips. "Actually, yes. Well, it's also quite complex. They communicate through light and color patterns, which is rather— Hence why I insist we keep the disco lights off during our first meeting, Leo," she replied, her tone light, earning a chuckle from the scientist. As they continued down the corridor, their playful banter continued, peppered with flirtatious glances that neither could ignore. Elara enjoyed Leo's eagerness and quirkiness. It was refreshing amidst the seriousness of their mission. "Let me give you a quick rundown on their homeworld's atmosphere before we jump in," Leo started, but a sudden lurch of the ship interrupted him. Alarms blared and the lights flickered ominously. "What was that?" Elara barked, her leadership instincts kicking in. "Debris field ahead," Jules' voice blasted through the comms. "We need to make evasive maneuvers now." Elara sprang to action, her previous lightheartedness fading. "All hands, brace for impact." As the crew scrambled, Elara took control of the ship's navigation, steadying the craft as it lurched to one side, narrowly avoiding a chunk of space junk. Leo was at her side, focused entirely on the readouts. "Captain, we're dealing with multiple impact zones. Initiating emergency shield adjustments." He pressed buttons with the dexterity of a pianist, trying to keep the ship steady. "Keep us balanced, Leo," Elara shouted above the chaos, her heart racing. With incredible teamwork, the crew managed to skirt around the debris, and the ship stabilized as the alarms slowly faded. "Status report?" Elara asked, her breath finally easing. "We're clear, for now," Leo replied, a triumphant smile on his face. "Well done, team," Elara said, glancing around at her crew, who were all visibly relieved. Let's just hope that was our last dose of excitement for today." The crew laughed, a collective sigh of relief washing over the bridge. Ilara and Leo exchanged glances filled with the unspoken promise of something deeper that lingered beneath their banter. As they resumed preparations for first contact, Ilara felt a renewed sense of purpose. They were about to embark on an adventure that would leave humanity's mark on the galaxy together. The sheer beauty of the Zenari homeworld unfolded before the crew of the USS Humanity as they dropped out of warp near the vibrant blue and green planet, its atmosphere shimmering with an array of colors. Ilara couldn't help but gasp at the sight. This was truly uncharted territory. "Adjusting to communication frequencies," Leo announced, tapping his console furiously. "We're ready to engage with the Zenari." "Let's make it memorable," Ilara replied with a grin, brimming with excitement. They initiated contact, the silence palpable as the communication systems blared to life. An ethereal voice emerged, rich and melodic. "Humanity, this is the Zenari. State your intentions." Greetings," Ilara stammered, trying to sound as confident as possible. "I'm Captain Ilara Ainsley of the USS Humanity. We come in peace and seek to establish a diplomatic relationship." There was a slight pause, and then a visual transmission beamed on their screen. A radiant figure appeared, a holographic Zenari, its eyes shimmering like stars, body shifting through colors like a living rainbow. Ilara's eyes widened, and she fought the urge to respond in kind. We are humans. We have much to learn from you, and—" "Humans," the figure blinked, creating a ripple of light. "What is your purpose in venturing to our domain?" Now, feeling slightly flustered, Ilara leaned forward. "To explore mutual understanding. I believe there are many things we can learn from each other." Leo nudged her, eyeing her nervously. Captain, the light frequencies?" "Right." Ilara stumbled through her thoughts, realizing she had only been speaking in human terms. "We respect your culture. Our science officer has analyzed your earlier transmissions. We find your methods of communication fascinating." The Zenari suddenly shifted colors, a rapid succession of hues swirling around its form, nearly entrancing the crew. "You understand our communication mediums?" Ilara's confidence returned as she recalled Leo's notes. "Indeed. It seems we have much to share. Would you allow us to demonstrate our technology for you?" They paused again, the atmosphere sizzling with tension. Ilara could almost feel the Zenari weighing their options. Her heart raced as uncertainty loomed. Then the Zenari's lights twinkled in agreement. "Demonstrate, and we shall converse further." Ilara's breath hitched with relief. "Very well. Prepare for a demonstration of our propulsion system." As the crew scrambled to comply, Ilara tossed a glance at Leo, who looked utterly fascinated. "You were amazing, Captain," he beamed. "Just wait until they see our warp drive," she replied, her adrenaline still pumping from the encounter. "They're in for a treat." Moments later, Ilara and Leo stepped onto the Zenari ship, a sleek vessel that glowed with a spectrum of colors, pulsating gently under their feet as if it were alive. The inside was mesmerizing. Walls undulated rhythmically, and intricate patterns of light danced everywhere, a perfect embodiment of the Zenari's essence. "This place is incredible," Leo whispered, his eyes wide with amazement. "It's like stepping into a living painting, an immersive work of art that touches all the senses." As they proceeded, Ilara marveled at the unique decor that blended art with functionality. The Zenari's ability to transform their environment was astonishing. "We need to analyze this design. It could revolutionize our architecture back home, especially in sustainable living." Before they could truly take in their surroundings, a new Zenari hologram appeared. This one had a more defined shape, radiant like the sun, holding an air of dignity and graceful authority. Colors rippled across the figure, communicating emotions that words could never convey. "Welcome, humans. I am Linara, ambassador of the Zenari." The being pulsed, enchanting and serene. "Thank you for having us," Ilara replied, trying her best to maintain professionalism despite the excitement bubbling inside her. "We're eager to learn about your civilization." "Communication is not merely through words," Linara began, shifting to a soft blue hue. "It's through emotion, intention, and light. Observe." Suddenly, Linara shifted colors, producing a stunning light display that pulsated in sync with the air vibrations around them. Elara followed suit, trying to mirror the patterns. "I'm not very good at this," she admitted, feeling ridiculous, attempting to communicate through colors. "No, Captain, you're radiant," Leo encouraged, nudging her gently. His sincerity pierced through her uncertainty, giving her the push she needed. "Perhaps just a little more green," Lenara suggested playfully, emanating a soothing glow. Hesitant, Elara concentrated on her emotions, trying to imbue her presence with warmth. Slowly, colors began to come alive around them. Elara felt the beat within herself as she allowed her innate feelings to guide her patterns. Under Lenara's guidance, she found herself transforming through the display of colors, connecting with the core of the Zenari's essence. "I'm feeling," Elara murmured, surprisingly moved by the experience. "Yes, Captain," Lenara replied. "True understanding lies within the heart, and you are beginning to resonate with that truth." At that moment, Elara understood. It was more than just an exchange of technology or information. It was about mutual respect and cultural appreciation. Her mission grew clearer, and her determination solidified as she forged a connection that transcended language barriers. As the conversation progressed, Elara felt a noticeable shift in her approach. She had entered this encounter with humanity's perspective heavily ingrained in her mindset. Now the Zenari's connection transcended mere words. "I believe that each of your colors communicates something profound," Elara noted, as Lenara illuminated the space with delicate hues. "It must be quite the cultural tapestry to live among such dynamic expressions and emotions, especially woven together." "Indeed," Lenara nodded, her form pulsing a gentle orange. "Each hue represents an emotion, a thought. We embrace the spectrum of existence. Vigor and compassion blend effortlessly in our artistry of communication, guiding our actions." "Would it be correct to say that emotions hold great importance in your society?" Elara inquired, intrigued. "Of course. They guide life choices and interactions. To forsake them is to forsake connection," Lenara responded warmly, deepening Elara's reflection. Leo, who had been intently observing, chimed in, "It's fascinating. A culture built on emotion and expression rather than rigid structures might lead to more empathetic societies." "Yes, Leo, exactly," Elara agreed. Feeling empowered, they were hitting the sweet spot of understanding. This was what first contact was all about. "But how do you navigate challenges? Every society faces conflict." Lenara shimmered, the colors shifting to an intense crimson, as though demonstrating the complexities of their experiences. "Conflict arises from misunderstanding. Our differences are vast, yet we can explore the potential of our shared existence. We must weave together our experiences, just like our colors." The revelation struck Elara with clarity. Humanity often allowed pride to overshadow compassion. She felt her earlier attitudes wane as she contemplated how to approach the Zenari with renewed care. "Understanding can dismantle barriers," she noted, elation driving her to embrace this reality. Lenara's colors softened, soothing the room's energy. "Exactly. The first step is willingness, and you have taken that initial step." Fired up, Elara stood taller. "Then let's make this a collaboration. We could share our technologies, combining Zenari art and human mechanics. Imagine what we could create together, a fusion of two unique perspectives, a testament to understanding." Laughter echoed through the chamber, colors swirling wildly in pure excitement, creating an atmosphere of shared ambitions. "You suggest we meld constructs of the mind with the energies of the heart. It would create unimaginable harmony. And with that harmony, we might just find common ground," Leo chimed in, exhilarated by the shift in conversations. As they delved further into ideas, a blend of science and artistry, Elara found herself losing track of time. She felt engrossed, no longer simply a captain fulfilling a mission, but a participant within a vibrant tapestry of ideas. And within that tapestry, a bond slowly forming between her and Leo. In this moment, Elara knew she was transforming, her arrogant certitudes melting away. She had come to forge a connection, and in doing so, she discovered a keener understanding of herself. Just as the atmosphere buzzed with excitement about forging a new partnership, an emergency alert screeched through the ship's comms, slicing the vibrant exchange short. "Captain, we're detecting hostile signals." Jules's frantic voice broke through the newfound serenity, sending a chilling wave over Ilara and her crew. "Hostile?" Ilara echoed, more confused than alarmed. "From whom?" "A rogue faction of Zanari that opposes any alliance with humanity," Jules replied, his urgency palpable. "They're approaching fast, and they're armed to the teeth." Ilara felt the gravity of the situation pressing down on her. "We need to warn Linara and secure the peaceful presence here," she instructed, her voice steady despite the surge of panic washing over her. "Re-establishing communication with the Zanari vessel now," Leo announced, tapping buttons furiously. The hues around them shifted in response to the rising tension. As the holographic image of Linara flickered onto their screens, her colors reflected distress mixed with urgency. "Captain, we detect hostiles. They oppose the alliance you have crafted. You must return to your ship immediately." "No, we can't abandon our negotiations," Ilara protested, determination surging within her. Suddenly, a deafening impact shook the chamber. Alarms blared, and the walls shifted ominously, colors flashing wildly. "Get back to the ship now," Linara commanded, her holographic image flickering amid the chaos. Ilara and Leo exchanged glances, sensing an immediate threat. "We'll get everyone to safety," Ilara resolved, shaking off fear. "Let's return to the USS Humanity and prepare for confrontation." As they raced through the corridors, chaos exploded around them. Crew members yelled urgent commands, and lights blinked erratically. Adrenaline coursed through Ilara's veins as she steadied her thoughts. On board the USS Humanity, the control room was already buzzing with activity. Jules was at the helm to ensure everyone remained alert. "Captain, the enemy flotilla is holding steady. They don't appear to be making any moves yet," he reported. "Good," Ilara breathed with relief, feeling the tension ease ever so slightly. "We need to establish a defensive perimeter and prepare for negotiations. Release a warning message to the Zanari faction. Let them know we seek peace." Leo hovered nearby, tapping rapidly on the console. "Maybe we can communicate with light patterns. Show them we have no hostile intent." "That's a bold move, but I like it," Ilara complimented, excitement surging within her, knowing this was a genuine chance for connection amid conflict. Ready that communication. With the crew's focus aligned, Ilara felt a newfound determination to bring peace. They were not just fighting for diplomacy, they were fighting for their very essence now. Amid the looming darkness of conflict, Ilara was resolved to embody the changes she had started to embrace with the Zanari, a fusion of art and technology standing defiantly against fear. The atmosphere aboard the USS Humanity thickened as they prepared for the impending conflict. Ilara felt her heart pounding in her chest, not only from the pressure of the situation, but from the adrenaline and possibility of what lay ahead. "Captain, we're ready for visual representation," Leo said, breaking through her thoughts. His eyes were intense, focusing on the task in front of them. "Let's deliver our message," Ilara commanded, her tone resolute. The crew initiated the display, sending glittering waves of color bursting across their main screen, an intricate blend of hues designed to communicate peace. Leo stepped closer, their shoulders brushing, and for a moment, time faded. "What if they don't understand our intentions?" he asked, uncertainty lacing his voice. Ilara turned her gaze towards him, locking eyes. "Then we stand together, and we make them understand." The grounded strength in her voice made Leo smile, a charming, brightening expression that eased her worries. Suddenly, their screens flickered with a disturbance, revealing a glimpse of the rogue Zanari faction, their imposing forms glowing darkly amidst the chaotic colors. The tension cranked up as a voice emerged from the chaos, a familiar sound. "Humanity, you intruded into our domain. Your presence is an affront to our culture." "Show them empathy, send back our colors," Ilara barked back, barely maintaining her composure. She sensed Leo's hand moving toward hers, an unexpected rush of warmth jolting their connection. "Adjusting now." Leo's fingers smoothed against her palm, and like an electric current, it sent a jolt of surprise through her. Amid the dangers, the moment grounded their frantic efforts with a sense of unity. As the vibrant pulses erupted outward, colors shifting into a kaleidoscope that embodied their message, Ilara knew they were risking everything. Your aggression serves no purpose, she shot back at the rogue Zenari, her voice rising above the chaos with confidence. We seek collaboration, not contention. Look at our display. Let us embrace our differences instead of forcing war upon one another. And at that moment, Ilara's gaze caught Leo's once more. Behind the uncertainty lay a deeper longing. Was there more to their exchanges than fighting forces? Through quick exchanges, she felt it bloom, a magnetic dance of emotion and energy, illuminating possibilities far beyond their current crisis. Captain, Leo began, but the bridge fell silent. On the screen, colors began to ripple back and forth between their messages, a tentative response from the rogue faction. You speak of colors and collaboration. Can humans truly comprehend our essence? Ilara held her breath, glancing at Leo. We're learning, she replied, earnest and sincere. The colors around you, that's our willingness to understand. We seek an alliance that nourishes growth for both our species. And just as the conflict seemed imminent, the rogue faction's hues flickered, softening against the onslaught of light. Perhaps there can be a way, their voice replied, now hesitant and uncertain. Let us discuss this peacefully, Ilara exclaimed, a renewed fire sparking inside her, and she felt Leo's hand squeeze hers, emboldening her. As the tension alleviated just enough, Ilara felt a connection blossom amidst the chaos. They could possibly save their mission, and she could save more than that. She could cultivate a relationship with Leo that transcended the mission itself. The mood aboard the USS Humanity shifted from uncertainty to hope. As Ilara's vibrant colors continued to pulse on the main screen, the rogue Zenari flickered colors of curiosity, and a tentative understanding appeared, slowly bridging the divide that had threatened to choose conflict. Humanity, the rogue voice emerged again, softer now, conveying a willingness to engage. You demonstrate a willingness to share. However, what value can you truly offer? Ilara stepped forward, feeling the weight of the moment press upon her shoulders. We can share our knowledge and technology. As we learn from one another, we can unite our strengths instead of submitting to division. Just as your essence glows with beauty, so too does our potential to collaborate alongside each other. The ship held its breath. Officers nervously watched the display before them, and Ilara could feel Leo's supportive presence at her side. The Zenari emitted soft pulses of light that danced in sync with her words. This is unexpected, the rogue voice replied. The colors reflected confusion, but a hint of intrigue mingled within. Perhaps we must explore this concept further. We can begin by creating a neutral atmosphere, Ilara proposed, resonating with newfound confidence. If we establish a shared space, where Zenari and humans can meet without the strain of preconceived notions or battle formations, it may foster understanding and friendship. Such an environment could lead to unity, even transformation, the rogue voice echoed, colors brightening with excitement and revealing their curiosity. Ilara organized a meeting within minutes, drawing representatives from both the rogue faction and their allies. The bridge teemed with nervous energy, excitement mingling with apprehension, as doors between cultures began to open wider than ever thought possible. This is a moment unlike any other, Ilara declared passionately, standing before the combined forces. Let's create an environment that fosters our collaborative energies. Together, we can learn, grow, and build something extraordinary, a new chapter of unity. As colors shifted and light interpretations intertwined, Ilara felt the barriers drop. Through vulnerable exchanges, their eccentricities refashioned into their strengths and talents shone together like stars across the galaxy. The heartfelt connection mirrored a foundation upon which trust could be built, as the Zenari and humans embraced possibilities that surpassed their expectations. Glimmers of hope surged across each face as they took steps toward a cohesive partnership. Ilara reveled in the moment. A sense of collective exhilaration enveloped them. With Leo standing by her side, the vibrant display unveiled a new beginning, finding determination in the transformative power they had manifested together, second by second. Weeks passed after the unprecedented negotiations among Zenari and human leaders. Both parties worked tirelessly to progress their alliance. Ilara stood on the bridge of the USS Humanity, marveling at how far they had come in a short time. The holographic display showcased a shared vision, a combined Zanari human training facility launched on their shared planets, an innovative hybrid of art, technology, and cultures merging into one harmonious existence. Honestly, Captain, I didn't think you'd pull it off. Commander Jules chuckled, leaning against the control panel. You've won over both factions, an incredible feat. Thanks to everyone working together, Ilara replied, feeling the warmth of accomplishment course through her. Indeed, yet I would say especially due to your wit and charm with them, Jules teased, laughter lightening the mood. Ilara glanced around at her crew, each showcasing new layers of camaraderie that had festered in the awe-inspiring journey. And just as she felt the joy of unity, Leo entered the scene, holding a bouquet of dancing, luminescent flowers, Zanari flora, glowing gently in his hands. Thought you'd like a little celebration gift, he said, a shy yet affirming smile brightening his face. What a lovely gesture, Ilara exclaimed, her heart fluttering at the sight, smiling broadly at his thoughtfulness. The bridge erupted in laughter as she took the flowers, their gentle glow illuminating her face, casting a warm light across the room. Thank you, Leo. They're beautiful. You know how to brighten my day, literally. Feeling bold, he gestured for her to step closer. I wanted to express my gratitude, not just for collaboration, but also for the bond we forged through this journey. Suddenly, the bridge fell silent, all eyes watching the interaction unfold with bated breath. Ilara's cheeks flushed as she searched his gaze, feeling the weight of their shared history. Leo, our connection has shifted everything for me, she confessed, heartbeat racing. I feel grateful for you, for how you see possibilities where others only see conflict. Taking a step forward, Leo paused, studying her with earnestness. Can we continue to build more together? Absolutely, she replied, her breath catching in her throat, emotions bubbling up as she realized the significance of their intertwined paths. Together, we can change the galaxy, one alliance at a time. With the crew watching in anticipation, Leo gently intertwined his fingers with hers, color swirling around them in joyous celebration. Ilara felt the warmth reflect not only their connection, but the hope of a new era for both humanity and the Zanari. As the combined forces of their cultures appeared on screen, showcasing all their aspirations for shared successes, Ilara felt a spark of joy. She knew they wouldn't just navigate the stars. They would build a universe enriched by understanding, one vibrant color at a time. The journey of humanity was just beginning, and with Leo by her side, they would embrace it all, together as allies, partners, and possibly something more.